Hi everyone, I'm Leah Guerrero Santos. Welcome to Parenting Matters presented by Baby Company. Parenting Matters is a series of sessions specifically and lovingly made for parents. We will be discussing different topics that would be helpful to all parents out there like you and me. This is part of Baby Company's hashtag Stay Strong campaign that aims to support and encourage parents during these challenging times. Baby Company is with every family when they begin to fulfill their wishes for their little one. From baby fundamentals like feeding tools to nourish your baby to the best health, the safest baby gear to take your baby to places, beddings for the most comfortable sleep, and playthings to foster learning. Truly, Baby Company is hashtag where everyone shops for baby. Parenting can be such a daunting task in this environment, but parents, especially new and expecting ones, need not worry as help is on the way. And every session will be joined by industry experts to discuss topics specially designed and curated for parents of children aged 0 to 3 years old. And you are all welcome to send in your questions for our guests to answer. After all, we can use all the help and guidance we can get, right? So, being a new parent is always an exciting and amazing experience. Imagine finally living the dream of building a beautiful family. But with the current health situation, there are necessary adjustments needed to ensure that your baby will be safe, healthy, and happy during their developmental years. So, joining us today, we have the OB consultant head of the First Time Mom Unit in Dr. Jesus Delgado Memorial Hospital. She is a digital thought leader who is a frequent resource doctor in Salamat Doc, Alagang Kapatid, and Sabi ni Doc. Please welcome on Parenting Matters, Dr. Marie Michelle A. Dado.
Hi, Leah. Good afternoon, and good afternoon, everyone. I hope
Hi,
everyone's
Doc.
safe. It's raining really hard.
Yes, hi, Doc. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
And of course, we have the section head of Pediatric Allergy and Immunology and active consultant at St. Luke's Medical Center, Bonifacio, Global City. Please welcome on Parenting Matters, Dr. Joanna Christine A. Vicencio.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Leah. Hello, Dr. Dado. Thank you, Baby Company, for inviting me today.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, Doc Joanna. We are so excited to hear from you. And good afternoon once again to our doctors. Welcome to Parenting Matters. And of course, we want to give a shout out to all of our viewers. Welcome sa inyong lahat. We are so happy you are joining us. We have an interesting talk ahead. And again, this is a very open discussion. So you, our viewers, are welcome to chime in with questions for our OB and Pedia by typing away in our comment box. So let's get right to it. Ito na, to our doctors, almost 4 months ago, we were faced with the start of the lockdown, which, forever changed our lives. During that part, no, during those times, how did you advise your patients to adapt to this new setup? Siguro, Doc
All right.
Michelle, you can go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah, all of us naman are experiencing a lot of stress during this pandemic. But what matters really most, and I always tell my patients this, is how you cope with the whole problem and how you respond to it. So you need to actually develop a coping mechanism by learning to be flexible. And if you're not, kasi if you're flexible, you get less frustrated. And if you're less frustrated, you get less stress and you worry less. Kasi I always tell my patients, stop worrying. Kasi when you worry, it's actually, it's a vicious cycle already. You worry, you're stressed, you become stressed that the stress will affect your baby. Just ganun na. If you're worried, you don't eat a lot, so nutrition gets compromised para sa'yo and para kay baby. You don't get a lot of sleep. And then you can actually develop hypertension. You can actually have increased blood sugar. And worst case scenario, you can deliver prematurely. So I always tell my patients, try to find ways to cope by engaging in physical activities, learning new things. Diba? If you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. Diba? Talk to your baby. Number one, talk to your baby. Nanlilinig ka ng baby mo. So bond with your baby, sing to your baby, and then talk to your loved ones. Whatever you're feeling, whether it be negative or positive, talk to them, get support from them, and then of course, ang pinaka-importante is get in touch with your OBGYN. Very important that you talk to your doctor.
All right. Get as much support as you can. Thank you,
Yes,
Doc Michelle.
definitely.
How about, yes, how about you, Doc Joanna?
Yes. So we all know that parenting itself is already a very challenging milestone for parents, especially nowadays with this pandemic. So, what my advice to them really is to keep in mind what is their priority at this time. It is to really keep our family safe and healthy at home. Okay. They need to be able to remember to follow the health measures that we've been given and advised to do to help lessen the spread of this virus. So, hand hygiene at home, even if you're just at home, practice it with your small children so that they get used to doing it frequently. Wearing a mask if you need to go out. And the most important is really to stay at home, social distancing. That's very important. So when I advise for them to stay at home, then they start to worry, how are we going to go for consultations? Then that's the time when I really introduce the concept of telehealth and telemedicine, wherein parents and children can come in touch with their doctors through online or virtual consultation. So they can do this anytime from the safety of their own homes.
All right. We can get to know more about that setup in just a bit. Thank you very much, Doc Joanna. Now we go to our OB. We go back to Doc Michelle. You know, this new
Right.
normal can be extra challenging for expectant mothers, right?
Mhm.
Because they are
Yes.
part of the high risk individuals category, but they also need to see their OB. Are there
Mhm.
appointments that can be postponed or rescheduled, or necessary ba talaga to have that face-to-face visit all the time?
Okay, very important. Number one, first, before you set up an appointment or whatever, is first you have to build your immune system. You have to be healthy. Drink your vitamins, your milk, eat healthy. And then for appointments, actually now we can't have that usual regular monthly appointment anymore. So usually what
Mm-hmm.
we do is the first checkup, we see you, and then we can actually give requests for laboratories, and then we can actually give requests for ultrasound. After that, ang follow-up na lang will be definitely through virtual consult na lang until the latter part of the pregnancy, which is about the end of the second trimester. And then next is virtual checkup again. Tapos
Mm-hmm.
mga pag-term na, you have to set an
Oh.
appointment. Very, very important. Set an appointment with your doctor, call your doctor, do a virtual consult already, and then we can actually give you advice already. So now, actually, as much as possible, wala munang masyadong maraming face-to-face. Kasi ang
Mm-mm.
nagiging problema dyan is mai-expose ka talaga to the virus kung lalabas ka talaga. So before check-up, call your doctor, set an appointment, and then during the checkup, if we really need to see you, you have to wear your mask. Sabi nga ni Dr. Joanna, di ba? You need to practice all these necessary things. So wear your mask, social distancing. Keep consultation short by preparing your questions already. So be ready with all your
Ayun.
questions na, kasi hindi yung
Yes.
kung ano lang maisip mo, kasi hindi na tayo pwede. We limit our consultation to 10 minutes na lang. So per
Really? My
patient, yes.
goodness. Oh.
Oo, para lesser, siguro pinaka-maximum na ang 15 minutes, para lesser talaga ang
Okay.
exposure. And then
Okay.
afterwards, after you have the checkup now, when you get home, wash up. Yun ang pinaka-importante.
Mm-hmm.
Wash your hands, wash
Okay.
up, take a shower.
All right. So we really have to do our homework beforehand.
Yes.
Di pwedeng, we have to really call and write everything that we want to ask already. You mentioned a bit of the precautions that moms need to take before actually going to visit their OB.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us more about that? Do we have to wear PPE suits? What do we need to do before, during, and after a checkup apart from wearing the mask and doing the social
Okay.
distancing?
No need naman to wear your PPE suit. Siguro na mask na lang, face shield or goggles, wear your gloves, and then always bring your alcohol or your sanitizer with you. And then, yun nga, very important, keep your immune system there at par talaga na you can fight any illness. Yun ang important.
Okay. Okay, so gear up your immune system. And are there options for mommies
Yeah.
to take aside from physically going to the doctor?
Okay, you can go, like what Dr. Joanna mentioned earlier, you can go telemedicine. So virtual consult is already something that's very that's being practiced already. So you ask your doctor, your obstetrician, gynecologist, if she has any platform
Okay.
for teleconsult, or you can actually use your Viber, your Facebook Messenger. And there are actually a lot of sites now wherein that are very helpful for pregnant moms. So you
Ah,
can also
yes.
actually go there.
Okay, marami ng options. Okay.
Yes.
We've heard the first batch of answers from our OB, Dr. Michelle Dado. If you have any questions for her or to our pedia, Dr. Joanna Vicencio, just type them below. Now we go to our pedia, Doc Joanna. How about the regular checkups naman for our newborn babies and toddlers? Are there options also for non-face-to-face consultations?
Yes, Leah. So, normally, pre-pandemic, for healthy newborn babies, they're usually asked to follow up after 7 to 10 days um,
Mm-hmm.
after they're discharged from the hospital. However, for now, we cannot do that. So, what we schedule instead is a teleconsult with your pediatrician. Okay, what do you expect now from a teleconsult? So, since it won't be face to face, you'll be doing it in this from the safety of your own home, but you need to be prepared with certain things because the pediatrician will ask you, for example, what is the weight of your baby. That's very important to us. Okay, there are many baby infant scales that you can buy. Although if you don't have this, don't worry, don't panic. You can What you can do instead is you can weigh yourself and then weigh yourself with your baby, tapos minus na lang yun, di ba? Kung ano, sana magaling kayo mag-math. Dapat tama, ha? So, and usually, we compare this weight to the birth weight of the baby, okay? From that, we're able to assess the well-being of the baby. Is the baby feeding well? Are you producing enough breast milk for your baby? So, from that, marami na tayong makukuhang relevant information for the pediatrician. At the same time, during this teleconsult, of course, like what Dr. Radado has mentioned, you prepare all the questions that you need to know from your pediatrician, just like a face-to-face. Ganon din naman yun eh. Wala lang kayo dun sa hospital, di ba? So, if you have concerns about bathing the baby, sunlight exposure, all the concerns that you will have, you will be able to ask from your pediatrician through that teleconsultation.
Ayun, thank you so much, Doc Joanna. I like that hack ha, yung getting the weight of the baby. I never thought of that. Now, what, di ba? So ingenious. Now, what if a mommy or yung parents out there, no, they really insist that they want to see their pedia for a checkup for their baby or their child. What kind of precautions would you advise for them to take?
So if the mother insists that they want to see their pediatrician, so first of all, they need to make sure that they will be given an appointment because right now, wala na ngayon tayong walk-in patients. No? Because most hospitals are really limiting the number of people that go to the hospital because it's still a risk for, getting infected with COVID. We want to prevent that. So if it's really necessary, talk to your doctor, talk to your pediatrician, either do a teleconsult first. If your doctor says na talagang ay kailangan talagang makita ko yung baby, then that's the only time she'll give you an appointment. That's when you'll go to the hospital. Okay? When you go for, of course, we need to follow like the health measures I told you previously. Hand hygiene. So that will just entail bringing alcohol with you to disinfect your hand frequently. We also need to avoid touching unnecessary surfaces when we're outside, okay? So you have to guard your children kasi baka, they start crawling around, touching everything. You
Yes.
need to really control them if you need to go out, ha? And then, of course, we can let children wear a mask, but they should be 2 years old and above. For those that are very young, for infants, children less than 2, a mask is not recommended because it can cause suffocation. And
Oh, okay.
yes. And then, of course, the third, still social distancing. So if you
Mm-mm.
see an area that's very crowded, there's too many people, of course, you stay away from those areas.
Mhm. So, doble, triple, ingat talaga. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Now, let's go to Doc Michelle. Expectant mothers are often advised to exercise, usually by walking. But with the restrictions now, we just can't, take a walk in the park or sa neighborhood natin like we used to, right? So, are there any other exercises that we can do, expectant moms, no, can do without risking exposure?
Okay, perfect question, Leah, because I had a patient just yesterday who asked me that exact thing. So, what I
Ah,
usually advise is, you can actually do a lot of things at home. Just have your favorite rubber shoes, and you can walk around the house. You can actually dance, na basta hindi lang hip hop na sobrang high intensity, diba? So you can dance and you can actually do minor chores as long as you don't like get really really tired. So there are a lot of things that you can do in the house.
mhm.
So improvise talaga ang pinaka-importante.
Okay.
Improvisation. Yeah.
Pwede pa rin gumalaw-galaw.
Yes, galaw-galaw na ganyan.
Okay. To to our viewers, if you just joined us, welcome to Parenting Matters presented by Baby Company. This is such a nice forum creating a more informed and even supportive community for parents. So if you have any questions or comments for our doctors, please type away in our comment section. And now, Doc Michelle, as a follow-up, I know mommies out there, they have their individual birth plans. And for me, for example, I wanted my
Oh yes.
husband to be with me when I deliver, but obviously that's out of the window na, no?
Mm.
So with the limitations
Yes.
now, what adjustments do you recommend for mommies, especially first-time moms who are understandably super excited for this?
Okay. So first of all, no more lamas. Okay, no more lamas, no more
Ah, okay.
special birthing plans. It's all, we're back to the usual, back to the basics na your doctor, what do you call this? You work with your doctor alone, tas your husband cannot be with you during the delivery. Very important. Tapos limited na ang, what do you call this? Limited na ang time in the hospital. In terms of yung mga cord clamping and all those things, hindi na rin ginagawa yon. We don't do that anymore. So it's very important now that you just have to like accept the fact that we are back to the basic and
Mm-hmm.
usual delivery schedule lang or style lang. So wala na tayo ng mga special arrangements ngayon. So
Mm-mm.
even the gender reveal now is all, 'di ba? Virtual na.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oo, yes.
Oo. Dati nauso pa yung pictorials, 'di ba, before giving
Yes.
birth, in the
Oo.
emergency room
Wala
or
na,
ano, wala
no
na
more
'yon.
pictures na. If you really need pictures, we usually take like 1 to 2 shots, pero that's it. Yun na
Ah,
yun. Wala
okay.
na tayong mga special videos and stuff. Wala na tayong mga ganun
Oo.
ngayon. Mm-hmm.
So sana magaling yung kukuha ng picture. Pre-delivery.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Doc Joanna, when the baby is finally out, of course, a lot of family members are super excited to meet and hold the baby. Is there a safe way to do this?
For visiting lolos and lolas, we still really highly recommend social distancing at this time. Unfortunately, we still have no vaccine. It's the only time when we can say that it's really safe is when a vaccine comes out that's safe and effective for all of us. Okay, so konting sacrifice lang. I know because us
Mm-mm.
Filipinos, we're a big family. When the baby comes out, everyone is so excited. But at this time of the pandemic, we really have to sacrifice and continue social distancing, no? A lot of parents are becoming more creative actually, Leah, diba? Marami na tayo mga virtual or online celebrations right now that they can do with all their family members. And that's what we really just recommend for now. So konting sacrifice lang tayo. If we actually do our part later on, we don't know. Hopefully the pandemic ends and then that's the only time we can celebrate.
Oh, o tama yan, Doc, no? Kasi ang dami talagang milestones, especially if you have a newborn child, no? Yung every month, we celebrate that because we're so excited. We want to share it to the world. And then may binyag, christening, and then especially the first birthday. People just really want to share into the joy. So siguro if there's a silver lining, it's because we're very connected now online.
Yes, Leah. And if we really, we care for our family members, if we want them to be safe, especially the lolos and the lolas, I know, diba, they usually spoil their grandchildren. But right now, if we want them, they're among the high risk group kasi, diba? Alam naman natin sila yung mga na-admit, they develop
Yeah.
complications of this viral infection. So if we want to prevent that, konting sacrifice lang talaga from all of us.
Okay. And there
And
will
then,
really
Dia,
come
can I add?
yes, Doc Michelle, go ahead.
Can I add? In terms of yung mga visits din ganun, now when you deliver, you can't have a lot of visitors anymore pag in the hospital. So whoever is your companion na pagdating mo sa hospital, that's it. Until you go home na, he's the only
Okay.
one with you. So no more visitors na ngayon sa hospital.
Ayan. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Something for us to keep in
Mm.
mind. And there will I truly believe there will all come a time where we can get together again and celebrate, especially
Yes.
us Filipinos, as Doc Joanna said. But for now, we are better safe, 'di ba?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Doc Joanna, as a follow-up, no, there are necessary activities for newborn, such as getting your required sunlight for the baby. How can babies get their daily sun exposure when parents live in condos or compounds?
Mhm. So for sunlight exposure, so babies need it because for one, it can decrease jaundice, which is the yellowish discoloration of the skin, which you normally see in newborns. It comes out after the 24th hour of life. So the sunlight is needed. At the same time, they need vitamin D, which is essential to strengthen the immune system. So if you live in condos, you don't have to worry. You can just open your curtains or blinds, no, and let the sunlight come in. So it depends. It doesn't have to be morning sunlight, or although ideally the pediatrician will always tell you morning sunlight, it can be afternoon sunlight. So that's the same amount of sunlight exposure that the baby will need. And remember, when you do sunlight exposure, you have to expose the skin. So only leave the diapers on and take out all baby clothing, ha. Walang damit dapat.
Oh, pwede pala yun, no? Kahit sa window na lang of
Yeah.
your home or condo. Okay, thank you, Doc. Okay, now we are gonna go to the questions from our viewers. Simulan na natin. Very exciting. And again, we invite all of our viewers, send in your questions. Type nyo lang yan. Now is our chance. This question goes to, I suppose, Dr. Joanna. This is from Patricia D. Doc, pwede na po bang pakain ng mashed carrots and mashed potato ang 4-month baby?
Hi, Patricia. That's a very good question. For solid foods, we do start it at the age of 4 to 6 months. So 4 months will be the earliest, up to 6 months. Ideally, you don't have to choose the type of food, but since babies, of course, they don't have teeth yet, diba? Wala pang mga ngipin yan. So you have to mash something that you can prepare, that you can properly mash, and that they can comfortably swallow. Kasi they're prone to choking. So you prepare it very well. But the earliest age will be 4 months. Don't introduce it earlier than 4 months. And then my specialty kasi is allergy. So if you want to prevent allergies, actually, the window of giving solids is from 4 to 6 months. Okay? Don't
Okay.
introduce it earlier than 4 months or later than 6 months. It should be between that time.
Oh, so ang ibig sabihin, Doc, if may gusto kang ipakain sa kanya, i-go mo na yan between 4 to 6 months.
Yes.
Okay, that is your window. Okay, thank you, Doc. Now, another question, this time from Christine Marie S. Ong. This goes to Doc Michelle. And I think you mentioned this earlier, but maybe you can expound. Do hospitals allow husbands to accompany their wives during delivery in this pandemic?
Okay. Hi, Christine. Thanks for your question. As I said, your husband can actually accompany you in the hospital, but not in the labor room and delivery room. So yun, no companion inside the labor room.
No companion inside the labor room, pero pwede naman siyang samahan maybe
Pwede sa,
even after, 'di ba? Sa pag nagre-recuperate na siya.
yeah, oo, pwede sa
Okay.
room.
Okay. All right, Christine. I hope that gives you some comfort. And now
Yeah.
another question, this time from Yam Asi. What do we need to prepare po before going to the hospital during delivery? So maybe both doctors can also shed some light on
Okay.
this.
Hi, Yam. And uh, of course, yung usual mo, yung baby bag mo for your baby. So, yung clothes for the baby. And then, we are actually advocating breastfeeding, so we don't encourage you to bring bottles. You bring for the mommies, you bring your admitting orders. You bring the results of your RT-PCR, because all pregnant women now, I think this is in answer to Kirsty, Kirsty's
Kirsty.
Kirsty's question. All pregnant women from 37 to 38 weeks are required to undergo RT-PCR already. So this is the swab test for COVID. So you bring your admitting orders, you bring your results for RT-PCR, and then you bring your necessary change of clothes lang. Wala namang ibang special thing na kailangan dalhin sa hospital. Everything will be provided by the hospital already.
Okay. Doc Joanna, anything to add? What should we prepare naman for the baby?
For the baby, so the usual essentials for the baby clothes, okay, a bonnet, okay, because we know that babies cannot thermoregulate very well. So you need your bonnet, your socks, a blanket, and then maybe some cleansers, yung mga products that we can use for the baby, for sponge bath in the hospital. So basically, that's all that you need to prepare. Remember that most hospitals are really breastfeeding friendly hospitals. So do not bring any bottles, or the breast pump, you can keep it at home. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
when you get home, that's when you use your breast pump. So you don't need to bring it in the hospital.
Ayan. Oh, mommies ha, no need to overpack. Alam ko, we're so
Yes.
excited. Okay. Another question, this time from Katrina Gregorio. This goes to Dr. Joanna. What to do po for cradle cap? And if she may add, how many days po bago kami ma-alert po, or perhaps how many days before they should be concerned if hindi po makapag-poop si baby? Formula feeding po, 11 weeks. Thank you.
Oh, hi Katrina. So cradle cap, the medical term for that is seborrheic dermatitis. So normally we observe it with babies at the age of 1 month, and then it can last up to 3 to 4 months. So don't worry, it's something that spontaneously actually improves. But what you can do is you can apply some baby oil on the scalp area. It can also affect the eyebrows and the ears of the baby. So just make sure you moisten it with baby oil 30 minutes before bath, and then let the scabs fall off on its own, ha? Bawal na, you pick on it kasi it's prone to
Kut-kut-kutkin.
infection. Yes. Kutin, ha? Kasi I see some, they have open wounds, so it can easily get infected. So we don't want that. So just let
Okay.
it peel off on its own, and then eventually it will disappear. If you have a strong family history of allergies, it can eventually develop into an atopic dermatitis. So your pediatrician will be able to help you with that. So make sure that you keep your teleconsults with your pediatrician so that your doctor can adequately, monitor the baby's rashes. Okay, for constipation naman, well, this is a very common concern for a lot of moms. If the baby is not passing out stools, even if it's 2 or 3 days, but if the baby passes out soft stools, then that's not constipation. Okay, it really varies. There are babies naman na every time they breastfeed, nagpupupu sila. So that's also normal. So it really varies. So talk to your pediatrician. She will monitor you, check the weight of the baby. If it's affecting the baby, then it might be pathologic. So just report it to your pediatrician.
Okay, thank you, Doc Joanna. We have another question, this time from Charmaine Mendoza Borja. Hello, Doctora. Are vitamins also needed to be given to baby? Her baby is now 8 months.
Okay. For vitamins, so this is a very common question. Ano? Actually, if the mother is healthy, her diet is balanced, and then she's taking her multivitamins and calcium, then the baby essentially does not need any
Oh.
vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
Although at a certain point, because breast milk does not contain the absorption of iron is not that good, so only iron will be given as a supplement to your baby. Okay, if the baby is, let's say, not gaining weight that well, you don't have enough breast milk to nourish the baby, then maybe that's the only time we can give multivitamins. But it's not really essential.
Okay. So really consult your doctor because it's a case to case basis. Okay, now let's move on. This time from Jen Revel Eguna. Hello, doc. Will my husband also be required to do a swab test? Thank you. So, Doc
Okay.
Michelle.
All right. Hi, Jen. There's really no protocol that says that the husbands have to undergo a swab test also, but your obstetrician gynecologist can actually suggest a rapid test. So it really depends on your doctor. So you
Ah.
talk to your doctor about it.
So it's a different test from what mom will probably have, which is the swab
Yes,
test.
the swab test. The
Okay.
rapid test is the blood test.
The
Mm.
pricking.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Doc.
Actually,
Yes,
yeah,
Doc. Joanna.
may I add to that? Actually, when you have a consult or when you go to the hospital, either if you're admitted or just outpatient,
Mm.
you will have to fill out a health declaration form.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because
Okay.
actually now WHO, if you're not able to do PCR or the antibody testing, if you're
Mm-hmm.
asymptomatic for 10 to 14 days, then that actually tells us that you're clear. It's safe for
Mm-hmm.
you, to go to the
Oh.
hospital. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that talk. Okay, we're gonna move on with the next question. This one goes to Doctora Michelle, and it is from D. Herali Lopena. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I am
Mm-hmm.
3 months pregnant now, but I am not taking any multivitamins aside from the folic acid because it really makes me nauseous every time I take it. Nako, maraming mommies can relate dyan. What can I eat in order to replace the
Yes.
multivitamins? My goodness, yes.
Okay, very important lang. I've been repeating it kanina pa. Well-balanced meal. You have to have your vegetables. You have to have your sources of protein. You have to have your what do you call this? Your fruits. So Pinggam Pinoy, you can actually research that online. You look at that Pinggam Pinoy. So that actually tells you now already the complete food that you need to take in order to make sure that your pregnancy is healthy.
Can you repeat that, Doc Michelle? What are you gonna search online?
Pinggang Pinoy.
Pinggang
Pinggang
Pinoy.
Pinoy,
Ah,
yes. Pinggang
okay,
Pinoy.
okay. That will
Sa
help us.
plate.
Okay.
Oo.
Yes, kasi maraming moms talaga, 'di ba? I mean, expectant moms, they refused na because parang feeling nila nga it's very parang nakakahilo or they don't want to take it, nasusuka sila. Okay.
Yeah,
Our next question
yeah.
is from Ivy Bem Lakandula. Hello po. Di ba bawal po ang baby bottle sa hospitals? What if talaga pong walang milk si mommy? Paano po ang process sa hospital?
Hello, Irie. Yes. So, if you don't have enough milk, in the first few days, konti naman talaga yung milk. It's
Mm-hmm.
called
Yes.
colostrum. It's the most
Yes.
nutritious part of your milk. Remember that the baby is still very small. Yung kanyang stomach is parang, if you can imagine, kasing laki lang ng kalamansi. So it's so
Mm-hmm.
small. So we don't have to worry if the amount of milk that you're producing is very small in amount for the first few days. As long as the baby is sleeping after feeding, she or he is satisfied for a few hours, and then you just expect na for new parents no that you'll be awake most of the time every 2 to 3 hours kasi you need to breastfeed. Now, if we observe that the baby is dehydrated, the baby's not wetting the diaper, the urine is very concentrated, then in the hospital, there are certain hospitals that offer breast milk from other moms that are properly, they're screened And then, so it's called a milk bank. You can buy milk from that while we're waiting for your supply to come, no? So yun yung mga options that we have. But
Okay.
still, do not give formula agad-agad, ha? Because if you give the formula, wala na, masyadong magugustuhan na yan ng baby. If you give the
Mm-mm.
bottle, it will cause some nipple confusion, and it will be more difficult for you to breastfeed later on.
Okay. So may ibang sources of breast milk other than the mom, no? There's also communities who help out for that. Okay. Thank you. We're gonna move on with the next question. This is from Dulce. Okay lang po ba ma-delay yung ibang vaccines ng baby since hindi ganon kadali pumunta ngayon sa hospitals and nakakatakot din because of the pandemic?
Mm-mm. For the vaccinations, okay, usually from discharge, so you do a teleconsult during the first week, and then we schedule the first vaccine of the baby at the age of 6 weeks old. Okay, we know that a lot of parents are quite hesitant to go to the hospital. So there are other pediatricians who have standalone clinics that you can go to. But going to the hospital now actually is safe because we separate the medical arts building, that's the area with the clinics, from the area with patients with infection. So it's actually the clean area of the hospital. So you don't have to worry. And like I mentioned previously, before you come in, everybody fills out a health declaration form. You know, there's proper screening and triaging that's done. So don't hesitate to come in for your appointment for the vaccine. And like what Dr. Dado has mentioned, the consult will be very quick. So mga 10 to
Mm-mm.
15 minutes kasi naka-teleconsult na kayo, so all your questions are answered. Pagpunta nyo, injection, and then you leave, 'di ba? So I think
Okay.
that will already be very safe for the babies. If for example, you still hesitate to just make sure you stay at home kasi alam naman natin na vaccines are given to protect the babies and everybody else from infections. So it's
Mm-mm.
not only COVID that we're worried about. There's measles, there's the flu, 'di ba? There's chickenpox. So don't hesitate to really go out and have the vaccination, but this should only be really a quick
Quick
Okay.
consult.
yes,
So
okay.
Doc, are you saying hindi na uso yung mga long wait times? Di ba, dati, medyo paminsan mahaba yung antayan eh. Mas lalo na pag sikat yung doktor.
Ay wala nang ganun
Before,
ngayon.
Wala na.
Bawal na, bawal na. So dati, di
Okay.
ba, we finish at 7 o'clock at night or 8
yes.
ngayon,
Mm-mm.
bawal na yon. So talagang quick na lang. And then a big major difference really now is when we schedule at 6 weeks, we do bundles of vaccines. So 3 or 2 vaccines in one visit. So that
Okay.
it limits your number of, going to the visits to the hospital. So, and then
Mm-mm.
after that vaccination, it's scheduled every 2 months na.
Ayun. At least para hindi rin pabalik-balik. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Alam nyo, ang dami pa rin questions because really this topic is so interesting. We have this question from Patricia. Hi, Doc. Pwede bang painumin ng water ang 4-month-old baby?
Hi, Patricia. So, for 4-month-old babies, if you are purely breastfeeding, you don't need to supplement with water because the breast milk will already contain enough water in it to satisfy the baby.
Oh, okay. So talagang purely breast milk.
Yes.
Okay. And another question this time from Brian. You know, it's so nice because I know we have a lot of moms joining us this afternoon. Hello to all the mommies, but the dads are also here. So Brian Espedido is asking, any suggestion po of best air purifier if you have a baby at home?
Oh, for is that question for me?
Well, Doc Joanna, sige, please go
Okay.
ahead.
So for air purifiers, if you want a good one, make sure that it contains a HEPA filter. Okay, not
HEPA filter.
yes,
Okay.
it's a high efficiency particulate air filter. Okay, because this particular air purifier will clean the air from viruses, bacteria, as well as allergens and irritants, which we know we have a lot of now, diba? It's so polluted
Mm-hmm.
all around. So it would be helpful to get one air purifier with a HEPA filter.
Yes. And I know si Baby Company has those air purifiers, so do check them out. I love Baby Company. They're super complete. And yeah, visit Baby Company. Ito na, from Odds Miranda Lotivio. Hello, Doc. I am 6 months pregnant as of the moment. And since we are on a health crisis, do you advise to give birth at a lying-in clinic?
Okay. It is very important that you talk to your doctor regarding your birthing plan. There's really no problem in giving birth in a lying-in clinic as long as your pregnancy is uncomplicated, meaning walang problems like about the placenta, you're not high risk. Kasi this will require you to deliver in the hospital. So it's very important that you discuss with your doctor.
Okay. So talagang it's a case-to-case basis.
Yes.
No birth is the same. Everyone is different. Thank you very much, doctors. And now now that we're 3 or 4 months almost into this situation, we're trying to settle into this new normal. How would you advise expectant and new mothers to gear up for the future of their babies, and any message to our baby company viewers and community? Doc Michelle?
Okay. To everyone who's watching now and to all the members of the baby company groups, I hope you stay healthy. You try to always stay safe. So wear your mask, practice hand hygiene, and then social distancing. It's very important that you always try to keep yourself stress free so that your pregnancy will be very healthy. So you
Whew.
engage in physical activities, you try to learn new things, you talk to your family members and your loved ones, you talk to your obstetrician gynecologist, you eat healthy, and very, very important is that daddies, okay, itong importante, be very extra pa, okay, supportive, okay, very
Yes.
important, yes, okay.
Thank you for that reminder, Doc Michelle. Talagang relax lang tayo, and daddies, please take care of us. And partners and the rest of the family as well. Now, Doc Joanna, any
Yes.
message for our community?
So, as a parting message, so in this new normal for mommies, daddies, and kids, okay, we are really expected to stay home most of the time, right? So, I challenge the mommies and the daddies. I encourage you to create an environment for your children that will help nourish them physically and mentally as well. Okay, let's make staying at home really enjoyable for everybody. And then as we do this, if we really follow strict social distancing, we stay at home, ultimately later on, we'll also be able to help in really controlling or stopping this pandemic. Thank
All
you.
right. Beautiful message, talagang well-rounded. Pero wait, there's more. May humabol pa na isang question. This time from Jen Rivel Eguna. Hello, Doc. Is it safe to use beauty products like creams while breastfeeding?
Of course, kailangan lagi tayong maganda. Okay,
Oo nga
creams
eh,
are
kaya
okay.
talagang hinabol namin.
As much as possible, no whitening. Yes, no whitening creams. Yun lang. So just make sure that all the contents of the creams are safe for both for breastfeeding. So always make sure to consult your doctor. Take a picture of the ingredients and show your doctor kasi baka may isang ingredient doon na hindi safe na pwedeng mapass on sa breast milk.
Okay. Dr. Joanna, any inputs?
Same.
Uh,
You have to check the label, look at the ingredients of the products that you're using, make sure that you ask your doctor, talk to your OB or your pediatrician regarding the products that you're using. But in general, if it's topical, there's very minimal absorption into the breast milk. But it's really safer to make sure, di ba? Kailangan
yes.
manigurado tayo. And remember, there's telemedicine that you can use wherein you
Yes.
can talk to your doctors anytime.
Yes, that's such a relief that you're still there with us. Kahit we can't see you as often as we'd like to. Now, meron pa tayong isang question. I know we were already ready to say our goodbyes, but our community is just so active and we want to hear from you. This time, it's from Arakan. She's 8 months pregnant
Mhm.
and she's a bit worried. Worried po ako kasi I have a benign na bukol sa breast. Makaka-affect po ba yan sa baby? Bawal po ba ang mag-breastfeed?
No, kung benign naman yung bukol, you just have to monitor. Baka it's because of the hormones and of pregnancy. That's why you have the mass in your breast. Breastfeeding is not contraindicated. Depende sa type ng bukol actually. So it's best that you show your doctor para she can assess and then she can actually give the best advice.
Okay. Dr. Joanna?
Yes. Actually, I've had one patient who had a benign fibroadenoma of one breast. No? So while she was breastfeeding, she had it removed and it didn't actually affect her supply, no, or amount of milk that she was producing. So it won't be a problem, especially if it's
Mhm.
benign.
Okay, that's a relief. Thank you, Ara. We hope that gives you a bit of comfort. But again, no, just really consult with your doctor. Ayan, thank you very much for such an extremely helpful and insightful session, Dr. Dado, Dr.
Thank you.
Vicencio. We are so glad
Thank
that you
you.
have joined us.
Thank
Yeah, we
you,
hope
Lee.
to see you again.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Maraming
Thank
salamat.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, Doctoras. And we hope that we were able to share with our viewers that despite the challenging times we're all facing, there's still no other joy compared to raising healthy and happy babies. Don't go just yet because, of course, we want to thank our awesome viewers for engaging with us by joining the conversation and sharing your stories right here at our very first episode of Parenting Matters brought to us by Baby Company. And if we didn't get to answer your questions, don't worry. We have many more sessions to come, so we hope to see you all there. And wait, there's more. Baby Company continues to be your trusted companion in all your baby needs. And you know what? You can also buy baby essentials at the comfort and safety of your home. All you have to do is call the number that you see on our screen. Eto na. So we have it for all parts of the country, from Metro Manila, North Luzon, South Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. At pag Metro Manila, tawag lang tayo sa 0917-831-7213 or 0939-753-6995. Sa North Luzon, 0917-809-0557. Sa South Luzon naman, 0917-55-25018 at sa Visayas and Mindanao, it's 0917-55-25674. And all you have to do is give your orders and your details, and then the items will be delivered straight to your home. How easy is that? So convenient. And to all mommies out there, Baby Company has the perfect rewards program just for you called Mom Card. To know more about the program and how to get a Mom Card, visit and like Baby Company's social media pages here on Facebook and on Instagram at Baby Company PH. And that's it for today's episode. Watch this space every other week for another session of learning and fun here at Parenting Matters, brought to you by Baby Company. Once again, I'm Leah Guerrero Santos. See you again soon. You were always there for me, baby company, baby company. Tangible and everything for my baby. For happy mommies and babies, the only place to go to is